Let's talk about the Northern Territory and the ACT. The federal euthanasia debate seems to be not everybody's position is being considered here. Give us your insights into a bit of an update around what's happening.
So the bill, it's called a Territories' Rights Bill, goes before the Senate starting today. It's listed for debate for about an hour, then it'll go off to a later date. So the aim of that bill is to remove the prohibition that currently exists for the Northern Territory and the ACT legislating for euthanasia. And then those parliaments will consider that issue very soon thereafter. The problem with the Northern Territory, which is my specific area of interest, is that this push ignores both the needs and the desires of Indigenous people. So Senator Pat Dobson is an Indigenous leader and is a senator, obviously. In 2018, he spoke against the then bill and said that if a society, in order to help the emotional concerns of many, crosses a threshold that will affect that society and an entire society in perpetuity, it's going to cause problems. He said, if we give one person the right to make the decision to have assistance in committing suicide, we are as a whole affected. If we give one family that right, we're as a whole affected. If we give one state or territory that right, we're as a country affected. I cannot support this legislation. So that's an Indigenous leader. And he gave some very interesting thoughts, which, if I have time, I can unpack, about how Indigenous thinking is against this concept of assisted suicide. So we're saying, listen to the Indigenous. We want to have the voice. Here's a chance. Listen to the Indigenous and say no.
It seems to be, Christopher, that despite a national priority being to listen to Indigenous Australians, they're not being listened to at this time.
That's exactly it. So Senator Dodson said this, that there are three concepts in the Yawuru culture. One is Mabu Nagaranga, which is a strong community. The other is Mabu Bura, a strong place and good country, looking after the environment. And then the last is Mabu Lian, a healthy spirit and a good feeling. These all have to be balanced. So Indigenous people are afraid of this. They don't want it. They already have the highest rate of suicide in the country. They have huge health problems. There's significant problems with domestic violence, etc., in the territory. And this is a way we should not be going. We're fair dinkum about the voice. This is a chance for the Senate to step up and say we are going to listen to the Indigenous and say no to this proposal, which is basically being pushed by Balanda or white people because of this an illusory concept of giving the territory rights. What they want is to bring in euthanasia.
So euthanasia in the Northern Territory specifically, because of the high level of Indigenous communities there, at odds with the way that they even deal with dying culturally. So the government really needs to listen carefully to what Indigenous communities are saying.
That's right. So we're going to the Northern Territory in October, and I'm hoping to meet a number of Indigenous leaders and record their statements. We're going to Uluru as well, and we want to take a statement from the heart and take it to Canberra and take it to the MPs. Hopefully we'll be in time and say, please listen to them. So if people want to get involved, that we have an email campaign going on www.acl.org.au, and you'll see a tab there, /anti-euthanasia. So you can go on there and send an email to your senators asking them to vote against this proposal.
Okay, the ACL website, and look for that link there for the Northern Territory euthanasia.